Hello everyone and welcome to another brand new video. Today we'll talk about Watch Dogs 2 and its system requirements. Also you can see a bit of Watch Dogs 2 gameplay in the background. First of all, I would like to thank Games and Gamers Mania for sending over the gameplay of Watch Dogs 2 you are now watching in the background. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check him out. With that being said, let's get started. Watch Dogs 2 will be released on 29 November 2016 on PC. If you played Watch Dogs before, you know that it's an open-world action franchise with lots of hacking. You will no longer be playing as Aiden Pierce from the original Watch Dogs. This time you'll be playing as Marcus, a young hacker. You'll be hacking a lot of things to kill and complete objectives in the game in an open-world environment with lots of action. With the introduction out of the way, let's get into the system requirements for Watch Dogs 2. For CPU, the minimum requirements are Intel Core i5-2400S and AMD FX 6120. Intel Core i5-2400S is a second generation quad-core processor and AMD FX 6120 is a hexa-core processor from AMD. These CPUs are years old from now and I expect the modern Core i3s to be enough to run the game. For RAM, you have 8GB as minimum memory requirements. If you still have a 4GB stick, it's time you pick up another 2GB stick at least to keep up with current games. Memories are so cheap these days that you should consider having 8GB of RAM in your PC anyway. For hard drive, you'll need 50GB of free hard drive space. Now for GPU, the minimum requirements are NVIDIA GTX 660 2GB card and AMD FX 7070 2GB card. GTX 660 is slower than a newer GTX 950 and HD 7870 is similar to a newer RX 460 or R7 370 in performance. Compared to current GPU's performance, these are pretty much entry-level GPUs. Now let's move on to the recommended system requirements for Watch Dogs 2. For CPU, the recommended requirements are Intel Core i5-3470, a quad-core CPU from 3rd generation, and AMD FX 8120, a octa-core CPU. You will find the FX 8120 or the FX 8350 in most of the recommended system requirements for games nowadays, as AMD didn't bring out any new CPUs for a long time now. For Intel users, any Core i5 from the 4th or 6th generation will be faster than the Core i5-3470. So you have an average recommended system requirements as far as CPU requirements are concerned. For RAM, you have 8GB as recommended memory. For recommended GPU requirements, you have the GTX 780, GTX 970 and 1060 from NVIDIA. From AMD's side, you have the R9 290 as the recommended GPU. So the recommended GPU requirements are a bit on the higher side. If you want to pre-order or buy Watch Dogs 2 or any other game cheap, then make sure to bookmark and use the link in the description. If you use my link, I get a small kickback from every purchase you make and help me keep the channel going. Also, it costs you nothing extra. If you found the video helpful, make sure to hit the like button. Also, if it's your first time to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and help me cultivate a better PC gaming community with more computer tech and gaming videos like this. I'm Sticky and see you later.